Guys, I'm sitting in a parking lot in the middle of Aldi's. Not Aldi. Where am I? In the middle of Rite Aid. It's well overdue for a monthly favorite. Seeing how I haven't uploaded one in 6 months. So this is going to be really rapid fire. Seeing how I'm trying to fit 3 categories of 6 months into one really short video because I don't want to kind of cram it all together. So music lately, I've been listening to a band called Tiny Moving Parts and Touche Amore. The reason I kind of put them together is because my school just had a concert and I was able to help them out carrying equipment, helping connect everything, standing there looking stupid because, you know, it's cool to meet these bands. Touche Amore I never really listened to until after that concert. I bought their Stage 4 album on vinyl, and I'll tell you, the lyrics just shatter my heart. I've also been listening to a band called Badbadnotgood, all one word, or BBNG. They were 3 members, but now they're 4 members, and I believe they just brought on a saxophonist. There's no singer, but they always have people come on and guest vocal. They've had Tyler, the Creator, Ghostface Killa. The album I definitely recommend is probably my favorite. It's their 4th album called 4. It's just the Roman numeral 4. I really like it. I've also been listening to a band called Crystal Castles with Alice Glass, because Alice Glass is really attractive. She's not in the band anymore, but the band itself is still doing stuff. My favorite songs by them is probably Untrust Us, and Baptism is pretty good too. They're a really lo-fi, techno-y, poppy, weird band. A band I got to see earlier this summer, Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties. Aaron West and the Roaring Twenties is Dan Campbell's side band, Dan Campbell being the singer from the Wonder Years. I got to see him on the tour for his newest EP, Bittersweet. My favorite song that I definitely recommend is probably St. Joe Keeps Us Safe. Band I've been listening to the most probably the last 6 months is a band called PARTYBABY. I discovered PARTYBABY through a swimmers tour that I went to 2 shows with a few friends. There we met PARTYBABY, which is a band from California, and they just released their first album, Golden Age of Bullshit. I got to interview the guitarist, Noah Gersh, for a college paper, which is really cool. All of them are very nice. For one, I definitely recommend checking out the whole entire album, because it's phenomenal. But the songs, my favorite songs are probably Everything's Alright and Your Old Man. Anime. For one, I recommend watching Blue Exorcist. They're not a lot of shows. It's in English dub. Really good. Watch it. Next, I recommend watching Your Lie in April. It's also on Netflix. It's also in both subbed and dubbed, I believe. I was told I wasn't going to tear up like a baby, but I was lied to. Your Lie in April is more or less kind of a drama-y, feel good, also feel horrible anime. It's not really action-y, so I mean, unless you're into that kind of stuff. The next anime I definitely recommend is called Gurren Lagann. My boy Dave recommended it to me. With anime, I'm not big into giant robots, space, and fighting and stuff like that, a lot of which happens in Gurren Lagann. It is on Netflix. It is dubbed and subbed, and I think it's only like 20-something episodes long also, which most of these are. Another series, which I'm gonna kind of group the original and the second that kind of came out, is called Durarara. And the original just, I think, had like 12 or something episodes in it, but then when Durarara 2 came out, it had 3 seasons. The only thing that I definitely recommend to look out for going into this is to kind of be aware of the names. There's a lot of different names in this thing. I don't know why, but throughout it, I kind of had trouble keeping names to different people. After a while, it did get easier. So I definitely recommend it. It's on Netflix, dubbed and subbed. Go watch it. Real good. So this one, I don't know why I liked it. It's real trashy, but I just couldn't help it. I got the live action version of Attack on Titan Part 1. It was so bad, and I loved every second of it. It didn't really follow the animation, which is weird. It kind of gave itself a different way of telling the story, which I guess is cool. The Titans are weird. They didn't do crappy CGI. They just had actual people play the Titans and just like special effect to make them look big and then everyone else look small. That's nothing. They actually did the dub for English, and I'm not the best at reading subtitles, but I had to. That dub was just awful. I I loved watching it just for the humor, but the first time watching it through, I had to watch it in sub because I couldn't take it seriously. But that's whatever. And then the number one anime I definitely recommend is called Magical Shopping Arcade Amenobashi. I believe it's only 13 episodes long, and it is both dubbed and subbed. I don't believe it's on Netflix. I was able to watch it because my friend Kyle recommended it to me, and we watched it together, and I loved it. It was an amazing anime. The last category is TVs and shows, and I know some of the shows are probably going to be really late. So the first show that I really fell in love with, binged watched all 9 seasons, everything, loved every character, was the US version of The Office. Extremely old show. I remember when they had an episode about planking, back when that was a thing. I remember an episode where everyone got Blackberries, when that was still a phone. So it was kind of funny seeing some of the old technology and things like that, or old trends, come back. Next, the show that I binged watched in a few days was called Stranger Things. Everyone's seen it. I definitely really liked the kind of different shout outs to all the different 80 movies in there, the Goonies, Aliens. I think I got a little bit of Stand By Me in there. I don't know if that was, I think that was in 80s. I have no idea. A show I recommend, and it's on Netflix, is called Z Nation. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be some kind of crappy zombie show because I think it's a sci-fi original. And actually, I really, really liked it. It's weird. It's a sci-fi show, so be prepared for some moments. The 3rd season's out on TV right now, so I'm waiting for it to come on to Netflix because then I'm gonna just binge right through that. A movie I definitely recommend, which I feel like I probably should have put that on the anime list instead of the live-action Attack on Titan, is a Studio Ghibli movie I watched, which again is really old, called Whisper of the Heart. It's one of those less watched Studio Ghibli movies in my opinion, but it's one of my favorites so far. It's not on Netflix, but I'm sure you can find it somewhere online. So another Netflix original show I've been really getting into, and I totally recommend, is called Black Mirror. Each episode's an hour to an hour and a half long. I accidentally started in season 3 without realizing it, so I'm currently now in season 2 and I'm just working my way back. So I definitely recommend it. It's all on Netflix. Season 3 just came out a little while ago. And then the number one thing I recommend is a movie called Dope. It's got A$AP Rocky in it, which is really cool. He's surprisingly a phenomenal actor. But it's just about these kids who get involved in the drug business, and it's got a really good soundtrack and gives a lot of shout outs to 90s hip hop. Not too lengthy. It's on Netflix, and it's really good. And that was all my favorites for the past 6 months. That's what I've been up to, besides starting a new college and moving into a new house. And so as always, I will link everything that I talk about down in the description. Like, follow, share, subscribe, tell your mom, everything. And keep on trucking.